Imagine the heavy, metallic thud of a prison door locking behind you. You face years in a concrete cell for the words you spoke during a public speech, specifically for telling a crowd you disagree with the people in power. Rahul Gandhi faced this exact scenario. As the leading voice of the opposition in India, the largest democracy on the planet, his words carry immense weight. During a recent speech, Gandhi delivered 5 words that nearly cost him his freedom. He told a crowd that he was fighting the Indian state. His political rivals immediately seized on the phrasing. They argued that by saying he was fighting the state, he was declaring war on the country itself, and they demanded his arrest. They didn't settle for complaining to the press. They went straight to the police, filing a petition for a criminal report under a very specific law, Section 152 of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, or BNS. Section 152 categorizes speech as a threat to national sovereignty, treating political rhetoric with the same severity as armed rebellion or an act of treason. If a government successfully applies treason laws to political speeches, the legal protection for every citizen's dissent effectively disappears. The attempt to silence Gandhi escalated all the way to the Allahabad High Court. The judges had to answer a distinct binary question. Did those 5 words constitute a literal act of treason against India, or were they legally protected political rhetoric? The court didn't hesitate. They dismissed the petition entirely and threw the case out. To dismantle the charges, the judge mapped out a crucial distinction. They visually split 2 distinct columns, drawing a hard line between the government, temporary politicians in charge, and the state, the permanent sovereign nation. Therefore, fighting politicians is completely separate from attacking the actual country. By legally severing the ruling party from the identity of the nation, the court stripped politicians of their ability to use national security as a convenient shield against valid public criticism. The judge anchored this entire ruling to a specific legal bedrock, Article 19, 1A of the Indian Constitution. If you're based in the U.S., you can think of Article 19, 1A as the direct equivalent to the First Amendment. It explicitly guarantees the absolute right to freedom of speech and expression. The court aggressively defended this right, writing explicitly that harsh, even brutal criticism of government actions is entirely protected under the law. They classified severe vocal dissent as a feature, not a bug. They ruled that aggressively questioning leadership is exactly the way a healthy, functioning democracy is truly supposed to work. In the immediate aftermath, human rights watchdogs pointed to this dismissal as a critical check on the use of national security laws to target domestic political speech. Domestically, it sets a powerful precedent. It legally blocks the ruling party from stretching the definition of treason to quickly silence their domestic rivals. But zooming out, this case holds a heavy warning for audiences worldwide. The instinct for powerful leaders to criminalize their critics isn't an isolated issue halfway across the globe. It is a basic human reflex among those in power. A democracy's constitutional rights, whether it's the First Amendment or Article 19, are completely meaningless text if you don't have a court system brave enough to actually enforce them. It forces us to ask a difficult question. Can true freedom actually exist when citizens are waiting for their turn to be legally silenced by the people they elected to lead them?